Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for July 6th. July 6th is the 187th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 188th in leap years, with 178 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is dark horse. Dark horse is a noun that means someone little known who ends up winning a contest unexpectedly. This comes from the idea of a relatively unknown horse winning a race. The term is also used for a person who unexpectedly wins a party's nomination for a political contest, often a compromise candidate. And with that, we're going to start with the birthday of American supercentenarian Susannah Mushatt Jones, born July 6, 1899. At the age of 116 years and 311 days, she was the world's oldest living person and the last living American born in the 19th century. What contributed to her longevity? Well, she wasn't afraid of hard work as a younger woman. She never smoked or consumed alcohol. She slept about 10 hours a night and napped during the day. She always had 4 strips of bacon with scrambled eggs and grits for breakfast and snacked on bacon throughout the day. She went blind at about 100, having declined having cataract surgery. She also declined a pacemaker. She never had a colonoscopy or a mammogram. Besides a multivitamin, the only medication she took was for high blood pressure. She passed in May of 2016 at the age of 116 years and 311 days. This is the birthday of artist and poet Marc Chagall, born July 6, 1887. It's been said of Marc Chagall that he synthesized the art forms of Cubism, Symbolism, and Fauvism, and the influence of Fauvism gave rise to Surrealism. He also made vibrant use of color. Picasso said of Chagall that when Matisse dies, Chagall will be the only painter left who understands what color really is. Marc Chagall lived to the age of 97. This is the birthday of American actress and activist and 42nd First Lady of the United States, Nancy Reagan, born July 6, 1921. She lived to the age of 94. This is the birthday of American actor, singer, and producer Merv Griffin, born July 6, 1925. He also created the popular TV game shows Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy! Merv Griffin lived to the age of 82. Also the birthday of American singer, songwriter, and guitarist Bill Haley, born June 6, 1925. He may be best known for his song Rock Around the Clock by Bill Haley and his Comets. Bill Haley lived to the age of 55. This is the birthday of the actress Janet Leigh, born July 6, 1927. She has a lengthy filmography. Just to pull one out of the hat, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. One of her husbands was Tony Curtis, with whom she had Jamie Lee Curtis, also an actress. Janet Leigh lived to the age of 77. This is the birthday of American actress and singer Della Reese, born July 6, 1931. She acted in many movies, television films, and television series, and also made dozens of records, albums, and singles over the course of her career. Della Reese lived to the age of 86. Anne Frank and her family went into hiding on July 6, 1942. They went into a secret annex above her father's office in an Amsterdam warehouse. This is a very busy day for birthdays. This is the birthday of American businessman, politician, and 43rd President of the United States, George W. Bush, and actor, director, screenwriter Sylvester Stallone, both born on July 6, 1946. Mikhail Kalashnikov's weapon design, the Avtomat Kalashnikova, better known as the AK-47, went into production in the Soviet Union on July 6, 1947. AK, of course, stands for Avtomat Kalashnikova, and 47 refers to the year the design was finished and ready for production. As of 2004, there were estimated to be about 500 million firearms worldwide, Of those, about 100 million were estimated to belong to the Kalashnikov family of weapons, and 3/4 of those were estimated to be AK-47s. To be honest, I'm talking over my head here, but it's interesting to me because we just watched a Nicolas Cage movie a few days ago called Lord of War about a gun runner, and AK-47s was a big part of their trade. If you're curious, I will tell you that that movie is not for children at all because of adult language, violence, and content. But if you're a gunny, you might enjoy it. Lord of War. The AK-47 went into production in the Soviet Union on July 6, 1947. John Lennon and Paul McCartney met for the first time on July 6, 1957. This is the birthday of comedian, actor, producer, screenwriter Kevin Hart, born July 6, 1979. Funny guy. Now, people of a certain age, I'd say probably born anywhere in the 10 or 12 years between the mid-40s to the mid-50s, plus or minus a year or two, might remember the black and white westerns that used to run on TV on Saturday afternoon. One of those featured a couple known as Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. I'm sure their shows can be found on YouTube. He had a beautiful Palomino horse named Trigger and a German Shepherd dog named Bullet. Those shows, which I believe were all about 30 minutes or so in length, there was always at least one segment where one or two guys were chasing or being chased by one or two other guys. Always a chase scene on horses through the landscape of the Old West. The good guys always won, and the bad guys always went to jail. I sure enjoyed those shows. Roy Rogers passed away on July 6, 1998 at the age of 86. Today's song is Rock the Boat by the Hughes Corporation, number 1 on July 6, 1974. This song, for which they are the best known, appeared on their first album, Freedom for the Stallion, in 1973. As a single, it didn't get much play initially, but then it became popular with the disco crowd in New York. And then Top 40 was like, hey, wait a minute. They picked it up and started giving it some airtime, and it got enough airplay and sold enough copies to reach number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, July 6, 1974. Rock the Boat by the Hughes Corporation. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that is called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, Parler, BitChute, and Gitter. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.